Welcome back to some more EU4 with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun, playing as East Frisia. Wanted to do this before I forgot. I know I've been talking the last few episodes about how colonies grow quite slowly. Would probably have helped if we'd granted new world charters. So I just clicked the button before the episode started so I couldn't say that I forget again. Means we get less global tariffs, but we don't even technically have a colony yet, so that's okay. But yeah, it increases both our settler chance and our general increase rate, so it's definitely worth doing. So last episode, we're trying to recover. We are technically in a war, but it's not ours. It's Austria against Venice. Venice are at war against Milan, the Ottomans, and Austria, all independently of one another, so they are going in the way of the dinosaur. Made the 1551 before falling apart. That's pretty good by Venice AI standards. We're helping a little bit in this war, but not really. We don't have a huge number of dogs in the fight. Our main fight, for the time being, is against the potential coalition. So right now, coalition hasn't formed. But as soon as Nassau can join the coalition, they probably will. Can't do it for 13 years at least, thank goodness. One nation that we could have join the coalition that is independent of them is Brunswick, and we would like some land from Brunswick, but realistically what's probably more of a priority is getting them in a peace treaty as well so they can't join. Nations like Lorraine, I can't do a huge amount about. Well, being allied to England is annoying, but not the end of the world. What's more annoying is that they're not a pushover. They have 14,000 troops. They're not super wimpy in and of themselves, so don't really want to invite all that trouble. Whereas Brunswick only has small nations as allies. Just a shame that one of them is Frankfurt. We're going to try and deal with that first. So let's unpause. You see a lot of French troops on the move. And yes, our priority is, as soon as we can send a diplomat to Frankfurt, which we can't do until April the 10th, it's that automating, making people happy person just inconveniently went there at the time. Bad timing, but what are you going to do? Let's see if we can get them to break their alliance. Okay, so we need at least 50 opinion, which we don't have right now, for some reason. Wrong religion, that's why. So we may end up breaking our alliance with Frankfurt regardless. Well, that would be a very different way of handling matters. It would free up a slot, and Frankfurt's a useful but not super useful ally, so maybe we'll have to find somebody else. There's the coalition starting to join. Who would even want to be our friends? Just looking at options. Entirely the natives. Not really who I'm looking for, to be completely transparent. The Iroquois are not completely pushovers, but their tech level of 6 is horrendous. So that's really not what we're looking for. We're really still very disappointed that France started to settle PEI, not up here, but what you gonna do? England does have some troops nearby too, so if we did end up in a war with them, we'd have to handle that pretty quickly. Okay. Is there any nation in Europe that's even close to wanting to be our friend? I wish you could filter this by region of the world, but alas, no. Looking at this list, though, the answer is an emphatic absolutely not. Scotland's really the closest at -44, and I don't want an alliance with Scotland. That's a waste of time. Although they are allied to France. Who are France allied to? Naples, ourselves, Scotland. Being allied to Naples isn't super fantastically useful. I mean, we could have worse people to try and befriend, but it's not super sexy for us. Yeah, plus they hate us right now. And they're the wrong religion. But that's the nature of the beast when you pick going reformed. It's clearly almost never the optimal decision, but it's different. Yeah, we don't have a huge number of options. I mean, technically Liège is the same religion as us, but they hate us. Yeah, not a lot of choices. We're getting natives attacking. That's very rude. And Spain has, yeah, formed Florida, I think is what it said there. Yeah, so they have a colony, another one. A very oddly shaped colony because the 13 colonies is down here as well, but that's fine. So I guess we're just going to end up being Billy No Mates. And we may end up just having to break our alliance with Frankfurt by declaring on Brunswick anyway. We do have both provinces with CBs. I just wish there was a way to get Frankfurt to not join. I don't think there's any way to stop them doing that, so we're just going to have to wait for the time being. We'll have to sit on our hands and see what we do. Why are you guys sitting here with 19 trade ships? You should probably get out and do something, because money's good. Get out there, please. You can even have the... there you go. You can even have a leader. Dortmund's joined the coalition, that's fine. That's fine. Where's this ship going? Okay, it's joining the rest of the fleet. Yeah, because we're trying to make our fleet strong enough that we can deal with Denmark as well. There's a lot going on. It's been a long time since I recorded an episode in real life. Why is Frankfurt not in this list? I mean, this doesn't really matter. I'm just going to say the religiously correct answer based on the fact we're reformed. But now Brunswick's in the coalition, so we're just going to have to eat it for now. Although, it is an interesting thought to go on the coalition now. Well, there's a lot of neighbours we could grab money from. So if we were to declare war now, for example, we probably wouldn't even pick Brunswick, would we? We'd probably pick maybe Bremen. Nassau would still join, even though they're involved in a war. Is there a one province minor in here that's not Brunswick? Maybe not. Yeah, I guess we would have to use Brunswick as the CB target. They're up to about 75,000 troops. If I just put France in alone, that'll be more than enough, but I don't want to do that right now. We don't have a lot of manpower. And causing all of Central Europe to be at war is not really beneficial. Wow, so much native activity going on. It's very rude. I get it. You know, you don't want us here, but I mean, somebody's going to be. Oh, we got one gil, 1 gold. Beautiful. I mean, we aren't helping that war, so you know what are you gonna do? And we're predominantly not helping because of this coalition. Austria's also completely fine. Like, the Ottomans are doing so much heavy lifting in this war, even though it's a separate war, that they just don't need us to do any of it. The Venice with the 81 ships there can't do anything. Denmark has converted to the wrong religion. Not a surprise, but it is disappointing. Just means we'll have to do more converting later, I guess. We should do something with this diplomat. What do we want to do? France is already at maximum friendship with us, which is terrifying. It's only at plus 57. Ottomans kind of like us. They would never ever join an alliance with us, though. Do we start trying to befriend Naples? I mean, we can try. They definitely hate us right now. It's better than our diplomat getting paid to do diddly squat. What it feels like they do in real life. Yeah. Depressing real life. Yeah, if the Ottomans want to wreck Nassau some more, I would be a-okay with that. This is not what I wanted to see. Because that's going to make everybody in the HRE unhappy with us, but we're not giving that territory back. This might cause Frankfurt to break their alliance with us. Yep, there it is. Well, I guess that has tied my hands for that one. So, again, anybody want to be our friend? Probably nobody of note. Yeah, still diddly squat for friends. We're just going to wait. It's not mandatory to get up to our friend limit, but I guess it does mean if we want to vassalize somebody, we have the space now. Iconoclastic Fury. I'm not losing a stability, that is for sure. Don't really want to lose that either. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not sending guards to stop the Vandals. I guess we're going to eat the prestige. I mean, our prestige is already negative, so it will bounce back very quickly, but that still sucks. How many nations are in now? Quite a few. And it is true, I do want to declare war on them at some point before Nassau joins, but I'd rather get another ally first. Why turn the speed up to 4 for the time being while we're just pondering our options. You might as well do some army drilling as well, please, buddy. Where is... Okay, the other 18 are up in Denmark. You might as well have you drill a bit as well. So Denmark has 50 ships. I would love to deal with them, but I still only have 40, and I think I'm quite pretty close to my cap, right? No, I can keep going. Let's do that. We have a surprising amount of money. What do we want to build? Now, I know I am very guilty of not building trade buildings. I think part of the problem is I see these numbers and it's like, hey, this is trade power, but not money. But we do have a few locations that produce a lot, so let's get that built. I do think it's better mid-game to start building those, and I guess we're kind of getting close, but we'll get some built. Good, colonies hate each other, excellent. Lubeck's in the coalition, that's fine. I'll eat some more prestige. Speaking of admin points though, pause just for a second. I bet we have a new state we can make. Yeah, South Westphalia. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. There we go. We're going to have to get another seat. What do we have for development? So we already got 3 of them. What's the 4th highest? Or something at least is in there. 15, 10, 15. Here you go, Schleswig. You're an important location, so there you go. Get some Danish representation. Nope. The Ottomans must have finished their war. Give me a second, there's a lot going on here. Oh my word, so many pop-ups. So Hungary's a great power, we've got CBs, yada yada yada. Ottomans have announced Spain as a rival. We've got a colony completed. That was the one with the colonists because they expelled the minority to give it more development. I'm going to click good riddance, but apparently I can't read. So, in terms of the state lines, this is St. John's Valley. This is all one, which is a little bit annoying. I think Stadacona, yeah, that's the province I want, but I can't get it yet. So what we're going to do is send a colonist. We're not going to expel because I'm going to put it there, take it back, and then claim this as well. And at least at that point, we would have 5 provinces, which would allow us to form our colony. I don't think this hugely matters either way, but let's do that to balance the influence out. Thank you kindly. Oh, Austria ate 1 province anyway. Makes sense, it's an absolute doozy to capture with that mountain. I guess, because we can probably get some war score for it, let's see if we can bop this 5k stack. Or even occupy the tile, that'd be fine too. Oh. Our other general just kicked the bucket. Bad timing. Terrible leader. Get drilling. I don't want to spend any more military points than that, though. We're behind on exploration ideas, but I still think it's probably worth doing this. Get 10% more settler chance. So what we're looking at now in terms of role. Wow, everybody's kicking the bucket at the same time. New conquistador needed. Okay, not terrible. Having 3 points of siege on my conquistador is not really what I want. I'd much rather have that on the general, but what are you going to do? Okay. Colonists in action. Recall. Wait 1 day. Wait 1 day. I hate when you hit pause and another pop-up that makes you pause comes up, and that happens. Also, do not do that. Do we want to place Expelling Minority down here? Probably not, because we're going to have to wait. As soon as we see Stadacona, we want to put our colonists there. So just send the colonists normally. Look at you. Go, Mr. Whale. You're doing it. I got distracted. We're now up to 75 here. That's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty inevitable at some point our colony and the French colony are going to start fighting with each other, and that's terrible. We wanted to take a look at what was going on with Venice, but we got distracted. And by we, I mean I did, clearly. They kept a hold of Corfu, but pretty much everything else in Greece has gone. They didn't lose as much land as I would have thought they would, but that tends to be a trait for the AI. It just doesn't take the maximum, unless it's against you. And then it likes to take land against you if you get mashed. That means Nassau got away with that pretty much scot-free. They still have 57,000 manpower, so we clearly are not going to want to take them on anytime soon. Once the coalition, once the peace treaty expires and they potentially join a coalition. Still gonna have to find a way to break through to these guys, though. We'll just have to work out how to do it. Maybe by then we'll have another ally opportunity. We'll see. Another 3 months till our colonist gets over. To be fair, pretty good pace considering how far away it is. More natives. This is why a lot of the time I just set the coexistence policy. But in this game, we clearly evidently do not have that luxury. I'm also wondering, now I'm thinking about it, are the Huron ever going to move from here? I'm not convinced that they are, because they're not a one-tile miner. I think they're going to sit in place, which is very annoying. I might have to force them to move, which means we're going to have to build up our army just a little bit. Do that, please. Yeah, we're going to build our army up overseas just slightly. There's our marketplaces. What are we looking at for money? Okay, that's fine. We're, in fact, losing money, but that's because our colonist is now going to be here. So, we're clearly going to keep our colonist in place for now. Because, well, we don't want to go bust. But at the same time, we're still probably going to go after Huron if we get the opportunity. We just don't have a CB to move them. It may mean that we put a colony, start claiming either the adjacent locations. But we're going to do that after we get the rest of Atlantic Canada. Well, the Atlantic Canada bit we can get anyway, that's contiguous. There's not much for our army really to do. I guess I'm just going to move it back. I moved it into place so I could help, but there's nothing for us to really help with. At least we would have got a little bit of loot, but that's about it. Let's have you mothball for now to save money. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, Sweden's threatening our trade. How many ships do they have now? Not as many as Denmark. They have about the same number of ships as we do. Interesting. That's cute. Arkin is defender of the Reformed faith. It's a big coalition against us now. We'd still be fine. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Especially because Austria would join to it. It'd be a pretty close fight in terms of numbers, but we would have the advantage because France is so big. And Austria is, yes, they're at war with Venice, but they're doing so well, despite the no manpower, that they would almost certainly come to the aid. What's happening at this point is there are so many nations at war with Venice that they all have taken their own little slice of the pie, and as a result don't want to give anything up. The plans of Colding. What is... We can afford to just do that. That's fine. We also have high religious fervor. We probably want to go trade because we need the money right now. We're still losing money, but we're not hemorrhaging it quite so badly. There's another incentive to go to war with somebody just to give them the smackdown and take some money from them. I highly doubt it, but if I threaten them, would they give me a province? I'm not sure I'd even take it if they did right now. Oh, we're at war, we can't even tell. Doi. I'm going to ask for ducats from France, though. We still have 11 favours, so that's fine. But it'll help feed our colony, which, ironically, is to prevent them colonising there. So they're funding me blocking them. So, go team. Oh, our folk oh, these are options both suck. Well, I guess we're taking the status candidate as a 3-2-2. And we have a decision we can make, the Blasphemy Act. Which I think we're going to do. I'm okay with that. It's not a great choice, but it's better than a kick in the nuts. And yes, we're still very, very slowly generating more troops over here. We need to have more troops than England, and we also need to have enough troops to deal with Huron when the time potentially comes. Because yeah, they're also here, so I'm not sure if they're ever going to move, or if they've set in stone where they're going to be. Naples, do you still hate me? You hate me enough that you still would not ally me. And it is due to our neutral relations. You'd think they'd be more inclined to do it because of the fact we're both allied. Well, yeah, we're both allied to France, but... Game says no. Also, I don't think I ever realised this is an Austrian city. That's gross. That is border gore all over the place. Clearly we're not going to be friends with Bohemia, that's very evident. Naturally, I guess, given Austria and Bohemia almost always hate each other in this game. Poland doesn't like us. They're allied to Bohemia, so that's probably a pass as well. Hungary... Ah, they're allied to the Teutonic Order. Really? It's a weird horse to die on, but okay. And then Spain's clearly not going to be interested because France and them are enemies. I think I've seen the word clearly a lot. It's just catch it. Get stuck on a certain word and then just have to keep on saying it. Not really sure why. I can see, though, why we're having such a hard time trying to find allies. Just the way the nation's alliance table has gone. Just not a lot going on. I mean, Tripoli's probably the one that would most likely ally us, and this is... I mean, why would you? There's no benefit to having that happen. Heck, I think we're even more likely to have the Ottomans ally us. They don't completely hate me, you know, and just because I don't have anything for this diplomat to do, let's go say hi to them. Yeah, Austria should probably just peace out at this point. They're not really accomplishing anything, but it's because all these nations all want a certain piece of the pie, and they're all waiting for each other. Oh, warriors do not read books. Rubbish event. Great phrasing, but alas, not so good for us. So we have to play the waiting game. I'm not very good at playing the waiting game. Oh, our treasurer just died as well. Cool. We didn't need to make money at all. Inflation reduction guy I'm okay with. We do have a little bit of inflation to reduce, so... Chop chop, get to it. Might as well get you back drilling, I guess. You mothball. There you go. So that's 23. How many ships do we have now? We're one over the limit. Okay, we're not going to build any more ships then. Clear. Crystal clear. Clean and clear and under control. Bloomberg, any particular reason why you're just sitting in my city and not your own? Weird. Ah, free Diplo points. Thank you. So yeah, this episode's been a bit of a slow burner, it's fair to say. Did the war end? Nope, just the end of the the Italian mercenaries. Let's just not butcher names. That's fine. Oh, those guys got insta-bopped because we have so many troops here now. So, only 500 natives in that area. There's 1,000 here, so we definitely are sitting in the right tile. 1,000 here as well. It's why we're losing so much money. So we technically have 3 colonies on the go right now. So our colonial maintenance is 16 gold a month, which is disgusting. We are over 3/4 of the way of getting Piktuk colonized, though. So it won't be a lot of pain really for all that long, but it is expensive right now. But again, sacrifices have to be made when you're a small nation competing the colonial game. You just got to deal with it. And what I'm really hoping happens is because of this... Oh, wow. I was going to say, because of the Spanish colony in Florida being where it was, it might be at war with 13 colonies, but it would appear that a native group has made sure they really don't have any significant amount of land. This is very interesting. There's a lot of border go over here. It's making me kind of sick in my mouth, but... Like, how is this Florida? Okay, then. They are slowly settling out here, but they're settling... Are they doing 4? I was going to say slowly. They're doing 4 colonies at a time. And they all have a new settler percentage chance. So they all have a colonist. That is gross. So they're doing at least 4 colonies at once. We're going bankrupt doing 3. And we don't even have colonists for them all. Did we move the needle for the Ottomans? I highly doubt it. Nope, they're still not fans. That's okay. We're just going to try and be nice to people who hate us. Minus 187. They hate us, but if they hate us less, they might leave the coalition faster. So I guess that's the next option on the table for trying to make our enemies slightly less unhappy. I don't want to lose our advisor. I'm not paying for it. I mean, it's the finances more than anything else I don't want to pay for. But yeah, we are going pretty broke right now, so we're going to... We can't completely reduce the army maintenance because our colony will get attacked and we won't be able to do anything, speaking of which. Do you have automatic rebel mashing? I don't want autonomous sieging. I guess this doesn't count. Which feels kind of strange, but I was going to say, if you could just have you automatically run around and bop anything you see that's not good for us, that would be extra great. But it doesn't seem like you can, because yeah, that's enough morale at least to still stack wipe the natives as they show up. But it will stop us hemorrhaging money quite as quickly. We're still losing money, but not quite as badly. What rude, Bohemia. When the account of our time is written by future generations, they will look at you with that mix of pity and disgust called compassion. Well, you have a sister as well. That's all I can say about that. Diplomat doing nothing. Just got to threatening countries. Could have picked outrage, but threatening works for me. Really, the only difference is outrage is anybody that's angry. Threatening is optionally angry, but are just big and dangerous. And probably Spain's right up there. So, good decision, game. I have no qualms with what you decided to do. That's not good. Where are they colonizing? That they're already adjacent to me? Oh, they're colonizing around Manhattan. Well, that's not good at all. That's very not good. They are really running up the coast super quickly. Well, I can see big conflict with the Spanish in the future as well. Oh. Well, that was dumb. I noticed them in the corner of my eye. They came in and just killed a few guys. Oops. There really is no button for this stuff, right? I'm not just not being blind? Technically, I could go in there and attack. I think that reduces the number, right? If I come in, spend the 7 points, have them attack me, I stack wipe them. Yeah, that puts the... Okay, that's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to micromanage that, because clearly I'm bad at it. Thank you. 500 is irrelevant, because they can't claim it anyway. There we go. Sorry, that seems rude, and it is rude, but you also broke my nice thing, so sorry about that. And I guess being rude, we should put a cut in this video as well. So if you did enjoy the video, let me know. Like it if you did, subscribe to see some more. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.